Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Force here, and today we'll be checking out Don't Starve. This is a wilderness survival exploration game from Klei Entertainment. Now Klei is the team responsible for games like Shank and Mark of the Ninja, and chances are you've actually probably already seen footage of Don't Starve because, well, it's all over YouTube, and beyond that, I've actually already covered it here on the channel. But since the game is officially releasing to Steam today, I want to revisit it and give you guys an updated look at Don't Starve. So let's go ahead and hop right in. We will be creating a brand new game here. And I will actually be picking a character that I just acquired, which is the Strong Man. He has a higher health pool and bigger stomach. He also hits harder than some of the other characters. Let's go ahead and pick him and jump right into the game. So Force, what is Don't Starve? Well, once again, it is a survival exploration game. Similarities can be drawn to games like Minecraft and Terraria in the fact that you have to scavenge the world for materials and then use those materials to build items that will allow you to progress in the game, or, well, just survive, essentially. This game is all about survival and trying to live as long as possible. So again, I drew similarities to a game like Minecraft or Terraria, and that is in the sense that I have to go around gathering things. So I'm going to move around picking up these saplings here. I can pick up these little flint rocks there. I can pick up some grass. We can grab some carrots. The ultimate goal is to just survive as long as possible, and before the first night hits, and you can see up there in the upper right hand corner, we've got that little sun, and that is going to tell us how much more daylight we have before the night comes, because when the night comes, we do need to make sure that we have got ourselves a nice, don't worry about that crazy little wormhole right there. We've got to make sure that we've got ourselves a nice fire pit. So one of the first goals here, as far as I can tell, and let me just quickly say this too, I know lots of people play this game. Like I said, this game is all over YouTube. I spent yesterday with it, and that's pretty much it. Now, I covered it a few months ago when it really kind of first went into beta, but beyond that, I really haven't spent any time with the game, with the exception of yesterday. So playing for a couple of hours yesterday, I sort of figured a few things out. Number one is trying to get a science machine nice and early is quite important. But the first thing I like to do is just sort of gather some of these basic materials with this grass and these little saplings and things of that nature. So we're just going to kind of stick around to this general area for now and grab a bunch of that stuff, and then we'll get things started. So beyond gathering, one of the first things that we also try to do is make ourselves some tools, and the tools that we want to make are an axe and a pickaxe. So we'll go ahead and build both of those here. Oh, we need some more flint before we can do the pickaxe. But now that we've got the axe, you guessed it, we can chop down some things, specifically these trees here. And chopping down trees is important because that will give us the wood necessary to create fires at night. So we will grab, there we go, get some of those, and might as well pick up that pine cone as well. So I'm going to chop down a few of these trees here before we venture forth. And if you notice that little path right there, that path is actually a walking path which will increase your speed. So it's good to sort of focus around those paths so that you can quickly move from point to point. And I'll show you what I mean in a moment, because what we're trying to do here first and foremost is set up a home base. And I like to set up my home base sort of around the starting area, because there's a lot of some of those base materials that you really like to have, such as that grass and those bushes for the berries. Berries allow you to eat, or you can eat the berries rather. Three things you need to keep in mind: your hunger, your health, and your sanity, essentially. And those are all indicated right here. As your sanity drops, you start to go crazy and you see things. As your hunger drops, if it eventually goes all the way down, you will die. And obviously if your health reaches 0, well, that is that as well. We got some crazy little rabbits, which we can try to take out for meat, although we don't need to do that right away, so I'm not going to worry about that. Let's bring up the map here as well. Okay, so we're going to take that walking path that we're currently on, and I'm going to walk my way on down. Again, there's a few things that I want, one of which is to grab that. Really want to start breaking down some boulders so we can get some stone, but first I need some flint so that I can make that pickaxe. And again, one of the first things you want to try to do in this game is get yourself a science machine, because that's basically the thing that allows you to tech up and get some specialty items and things of that nature. So science machine is important, and in order to get the science machine, what you need is some gold. Let me show you here. So I need one chunk of a gold nugget and then some logs and some rocks. So finding myself some gold will be important, and you get gold from stones, specifically ones that are sort of laced with gold. I guess that sort of makes sense. Kind of goes without saying there. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get that here in that first night, though, as there isn't a rock quarry right around me. But I've got a little bit more time before night actually hits, so we will actually try to search for that, because it is possible. So these little wormholes, they're kind of crazy, and jumping in them isn't necessarily the best thing, it seems, because I believe it drops your sanity, and I think you lose some health and stuff too, so I'm not going to do that. You can do it though, and it'll essentially quickly move you from one point to another. And then you can sort of use those wormholes as a fast travel system. But again, I'm not entirely sure. Just to repeat what I said earlier, I just spent a couple of hours yesterday with the game, so I'm not a don't starve expert. But I'm really excited to be showing you the game if you haven't seen it before, because this is a really neat game, and I think it's especially neat coming from the guys from Klei. Again, the development team behind Mark of the Ninja and Shank. This game, like those games, has a unique art style and vibe to it, but clearly a much different direction, because some would argue that those two games are sort of the same game, at least in spirit, in essence. This game is certainly much different from either one of those. Now, the way this is spread up is you're going to notice the different ground colors, and it sort of represents different zone types, if you will. The grassland types with trees and berries. The dirt areas, there's either you're either going to have... Oh yes, a boulder, perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, sorry. This is exactly the type of rock that we're looking for. And then hopefully it does have a gold nugget, wonderful. So I will be able to, with that, I will be able to make myself a lovely science machine. And before night comes, I am actually going to head on back here now to what was essentially the starting area. And let me go ahead and make a torch just in case it gets to night before we actually get there. Because you do not want to be stuck in the dark. If you are in the dark without any light source, you will get attacked by crazy monsters. And obviously no one wants to get attacked by crazy monsters, right? So let's keep on making our way down the path. Night is about to happen. There it is. Let's grab our torch before things get too scary for us here. Okay, so as you can see, I can barely see. And I think we're just going to go a little bit further. I like to set up my base of operations by some water, actually, as well. I find it to be quite nice, quite soothing. Alright, so we got some water right here, and let's go ahead and now set up our campfire, which we can place down. Just like that, and I believe we can make a science machine. Yes, we can, so we will put that down as well. And the science machine is the key to all things. Now, if you'll notice, if you take a look on the left-hand side, these are my various building things, where I can build basic tools, shovels, hammer, I can build myself the fire and all that thing. And yes, you can add fuel to the fire as well. And I think, is this fuel? Yeah, it is. Drop some pine cones on there. Increase the fire, make it stronger, make it so that you can see more around you. So we've got basic tools over here. We've got basic survival things, campfire, fire pit, and torch. Also, we've got the traps, bird traps, backpacks, healing salves, all sorts of things. And then we've got some basic fighting things, starting off with a grass suit. Now, once you go to the science machine, you now have the capability of building things. Anything in red you can build, you just lack the material. Anything that is grayed out, you cannot build until you get a higher tech, such as this alchemy lab. And you can build that higher tech over here. An alchemy engine, a winter meter, a rainometer, and if you get the alchemy engine, you can go ahead and build a shadow manipulator. You can also build the gunpowder. So this is the tech system within this game right here, is that science area. And again, once you go up to that, you've got access to build prototypes of some of these basic things, and then once you build a prototype, you can permanently build it away from the science machine. So that is how that works. So one of my first goals here to make sure that we can survive is to get myself a log suit, which I need some rope to do, and then I also want to get myself a spear, which I also need some rope to do. So let's go ahead and make some rope, shall we? Gonna go over here, and nope, to build the rope I need some more of the cut grass. I can't believe I don't have any of the cut grass. I could have sworn that I got some of that. Alright, so cut grass is right down there. That is going to be an easy spot to go. So let's head on down, get ourselves some cut grass, gather some more materials. And that is what this game is about. Gathering materials, getting cut grass, getting saplings, getting wood, doing all those things to try to survive. I have to say, this is a fun game, and I guess it's not surprising that it is all over YouTube, because this is just a very, very interesting, and I do like the art style as well. And if you're wondering, Forrest, what just happened? You can rotate the camera to your liking. Now, I typically like to keep it in the same direction just so I can stay orientated, so I don't go, you know, get all vertigo. But from time to time, I'll rotate it just to make sure I can pick up an object. But through the general sense of playing through the various days, I like to just keep it facing in one direction so that things don't go all crazy in my head, you know what I mean? Alright, so we're gonna get a bunch of this grass here. Hunting is an aspect of this game, although I'm not doing it quite yet. Hunting rabbits, hunting beefalo, as this game calls it. An alternative to buffalo. Doing all those things. Alright, so we're gonna have a bunch of grass here. Get a few more tufts of grass and pick up a few saplings. And I might also cut down a tree or two. And I actually really do need to make sure that I grab myself some more rocks as well, so. We're gonna wanna find a good quarry. So again, the ground, the visual indication basically tells you the type of animals and plant life that you will expect between the two. This little green foresty area, this is where you're going to get trees and saplings and flowers. And this little prairie area, this is where you will get a lot of the tufts of grass, some rocks. You'll find yourself some bunnies there as well. Let's go ahead. Speaking of rocks, I said I needed a few. And then there's a quarry area, which is basically completely filled with tons of rocks, and that's where you're going to find your gold as well. And the gold is necessary if you want to go ahead and get things like your science machine and like your alchemy lab, which does require a bunch of gold as well. So essentially, whenever I see a gold area, I'll be sure to grab it. All right, so day 2, we're going to have ourselves a log suit, as well as a spear, and that is good defense and offense. And we will be able to use that offense later on when hunting and just when defending ourselves from some crazies, because things will start to get crazy. Now, the particular character that I picked, the strongman, if you had noticed at the beginning of the video, he's got a few benefits, and my axe did just run out, so we're gonna have to make a new one. The strongman's got a few benefits. One of his benefits is that it takes longer for him to get hungry, and he's just, well, he's a stronger character. So there are these different characters that you unlock throughout playing the game. Basically, just as you progress through the game, you live longer, so more days, so you're able to survive. You're going to gain access to more of these characters. And then some of those characters are require special events to occur. So there's some crazy things in this game. And also important to note, I can't believe I haven't said it yet, so I apologize. This game is randomly generated, so every time you play it again, you're faced with an entirely new experience. It's all going to be random. You're not going to get the same experience twice. Now, there are specific events and specific locations within the game that you're going to continuously come across, but you're not going to get the same game twice. All right. Man, I really want to build a fire pit. Fire pit's permanent, and you can just add logs to it. The fireplace thing, the campfire is not permanent. That will just die off eventually. So I want to try to find some more rocks here. Before we go back, I'd like to try to find some more rocks to build myself a fire pit. And I think I need 12, so... Yes, I know. But pick up the rock. I know the tree is floppy. Your characters will say things depending on their personality and the type of character that they are. This particular guy, he's supposed to be kind of stupid. Shh, don't tell him I told you. So he just says kind of stupid things. It's funny. It is comical. There's an air of comedy about this game. There's the beefalo. So getting manure is something that you need to do as well. The manure allows you to fertilize some of your crops when you're building sort of in a home base. It also is what allows you to build a farm. Farms are important as well. Yes, they are, my friends. And I don't know if we're going to find enough rocks to build ourselves a campfire like I wanted to. So here's a great example of sort of an event. These little stone walls surrounding a gnome and a box thing with some evil flowers. I've come across that in most of my games, but it's not always in the same place. This whole area and the various locations, all randomized. All of it. Now, what does that gnome do? I don't know. I have not played long enough, nor did I check a wiki to see what the heck that thing is and what it does. I'm sure it's something crazy, though, because there's a whole bunch of craziness in this game. In fact, craziness is quite literally an aspect of the game. Losing your sanity, losing your mind. That is a thing here. I'm sure it's funny, and, you know, I'm more than happy to hear those sort of details from you guys. Oh no. Build my campfire quick before I get attacked. That was mighty dangerous. I can't believe that I did not have a torch waiting in the wings. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to sort of always have a torch on you. Otherwise things could get dangerous. So with the torch I can venture out further, but it gets used up as you hold it, so you want to drop it, which I'm guessing is what I just didn't do last time. Okay, so we got a couple of things here. Let us go ahead and first make some ropes. I know we need a few of them. So now that I built that prototype there, I can now build the rope away from the science machine. That's how that works. Okay. And then beyond that, we can build now the log suit and the spear. Let's build the spear first. And now we can build the log suit. Alright, so now I've got some defense and some offense. The log suit is going to help absorb damage when I get hit by characters, either that I engage with or that engage with me, which sort of comes as you progress through the game and move on into the later days. That's when you start to deal with people trying to attack you and ruin your day, essentially. So what would we like to do next? What would we like to build next? We can build specialty axes. We can also build a shovel, which is actually I would like to do here, because I'd like to uplift some crops and sort of move them here to my home base. And we can build, again, some of that higher tier, some of the higher tier axes, so the luxury axe and the opulent pickaxe and the regal shovel. As you expect, it's just a higher tier of what we currently have. The pitchfork is good for moving ground. We could get a razor to shave off our beard. I don't feel like I need to get either of those right now, though. I, again, really would like to find a quarry. We could also get a backpack. However, the backpack allows you to carry more stuff, but the problem is that it also replaces your log suit, so it's kind of a give and a take, you know? You can build some fortification, some structures, a chest to carry some things in. And, ooh, maybe I could actually build the chest right now. Let me chop down some of these trees here, guys. Build a chest just to store some stuff in. So yeah, I mean, I'm just playing the game with you guys. I'm just surviving and showing you some things, and that's my goal here. I am starting to get a little bit hungry, so I might want to get some meat. So there's a few ways of acquiring meat. I could go engage with a beefalo and try to kill him. However, if you kill too many of the beefalo, you lose the opportunity to get the manure, which is again good for fertilizing and building crops. In fact, I can even show you the building of said crops. I think I've got enough to build a farm right now. So let me grab these seeds here. Let me go over here. We go to food. We've got a basic farm and an improved farm. Improved farm requires a bit more manure. It also requires an alchemy lab, so we could just go with the basic farm for now. But first we do need some tufts of grass. So why don't I go, I'm gonna go and we are going to take out a beefalo. We are going to collect some manure, which is like both those things sort of contradict each other because the more beefalo we kill, the less manure we can collect. But I'm going to do those two things, kill a beefalo, get some manure, and then collect some tufts of grass. And that is what I will do in day 3. Now I think it's important to keep in mind that there is sort of an ideal way to play this game and sort of to do various things. But again, since I'm kind of new to things here, I don't know that ideal way. But that's okay if you share that ideal way with me. Just don't be rude about it. No need to be a jerk. Preemptively telling people to not be rude. I know you guys. I know what you do. You guys are mean. Unnecessarily. What's your problem? Who am I talking to? I don't know. Someone watching this video is going to be a jerk. So we can catch those guys. We can catch them by building a trap and setting a carrot down in it. Let me just show you that because it's kind of funny. Build a trap. Alright. We go like this. Hello, rabbit. Here is... And you actually don't have to do that because you can just... Let me try doing this instead. Okay. I'm going to try just dropping down a carrot there. Ready? So these little rabbits, they're going to inch their way towards the carrot because they really like it. And I feel bad about this, but this is all about survival, guys. You have to remember that. This is all about survival. I'm normally not the type of a person to attack a rabbit. So the advantage to what I just did there is that when you lay down a trap first... what should I replace here? Let me just eat some of my berries, I guess. I'm going to eat some of my berries. I just ran out of inventory, basically, so... Eat some of my berries, you'll notice that my hunger goes up in doing so. Or rather, my stomach fills. There we go, pick up that morsel. So the advantage in doing that and not setting down the trap is that you don't lose the carrot, which you would otherwise. And I need to, I don't know what I'm doing. I need to go find a beefalo, because what I'm trying to do here is kill a beefalo, and I was also trying to get some rocks. I'm really just wasting my day away. That's what's happening right now. Try to do one thing, but do not succeed. Okay, so we found the manure, which means the beefalo are nearby. Here is one of them. I try to find one who is away from the rest of the group because they will charge you. Yes, the scary time is coming soon. Ooh, a winter hat. Let me drop this real quick. Put on the winter hat. There we go. Okay, so there's a beefalo. There's a whole group of them, though. I wanted to find one who's sort of by himself. Okay, well, I can tell you what we can do here. I can go like this. Ready? I run, and they'll eventually sort of peel off. Come on, beefalo. Just notice them all peeling off there? And then once he's sort of alone, then we just turn around and we attack here. Attack the beefalo. There we go. Okay, so we will actually just replace the morsel that I picked up, because this meat is much better. We can also get this stuff here, replace the trap. I guess I don't really need the trap, because we're gonna pick up all this beefalo stuff here, and I can eat the seeds and get the beefalo horn. Let me get one more beefalo here before we head back. So what do you guys think? For those of you who haven't seen this game before, I know I said it's all over YouTube, and a lot of you probably already know. You're probably rolling your eyes when you see, oh, Force is coming out with a Don't Starve video, copying the rest of YouTube. No. I'm coming out with this video because the game's coming out on Steam tomorrow, and I know that people who haven't seen it would like to see it. Come on, guys. Are you new to the channel? Don't be scrubs. So anyways, what do you think of this game? If you're new to it, frankly, I think it's pretty sweet. I think this is a pretty sweet game. I'm mighty impressed with it. It's a lot of fun. Not the newest concepts around. Alright, so I need to go back over here to the science machine, which is pretty much just due west right now. So let me head in that direction. I do have my torch to allow me to see what's going on. So we should be A-okay. Should be. I also have my winter hat. This game has seasons. It has weather effects, so there will eventually be rain that will be coming. And that actually, I believe, is on day 3, so you guys will get to see some of that coming up here very soon. And there's my science machine. So, once again, because I still have yet to find, I'm just, I guess, so distracted here trying to show you guys all these different things that you can do in this game. Alright, so there's my campfire. Wonderful. And now we've got a few things that we can do. We can build ourselves a basic farm. We can build ourselves a backpack right now. A hay wall. Don't want to do that, to be honest with you. Alright, let's take a look over here. A couple of things. A beefalo hat will be possible once I get a little bit more wool. I could get myself a beefalo hat. You can also get some rabbit ear muffs if you catch a couple rabbits. So catch them alive, you need a trap, so I'd have to get a trap, and which I just dropped a moment ago. But we do have some meat, so we're going to put this meat on the fire here. Cook it up. And then we'll have ourselves some delicious steak. Okay. So, cooked meat. Mmm, yummy. Cooked meat is also going to help a few things. You're going to notice here my brain power going up, and my health goes up as well, so beefalo meat, good for you. And something that's very important to build nice and early is this meat effigy. You need to get some beard hair. So I think I don't know if I can shave my mustache. I think I have to wait until I start growing a beard, which takes a few days. And then the boards just come from cutting down trees. Now, I do have a shovel. I did do a shovel. So let me try to think here, guys. I'm trying to think of the best way to go about this. Let me actually... I'm gonna put that on the ground over here. Oh, and can I build... I'm sorry, I just wanted to see if I could build one little item here. We can do the basic farm. So let's build a basic farm. Let's put that down. Okay, so that's a basic farm. So what we do for the basic farm is we have to get some seeds and drop it down. Now the seeds are a lot of times dropped by those little birdies. So sometimes they'll come down, and when they run away, a seed will have been dropped on the ground, and so you can sort of do that. And another thing that you can do, which I would like to show you as well, is basically move plant life, essentially. Did he drop a seed? No. So you can uproot things like the saplings and the grass, and you can put all of that sort of around your homestead, giving you a nice little area of operation. And we got a few rocks down there, so let me go down over there and get some rocks. And I was thinking about, I'm thinking maybe I should get a backpack as well. What do you guys think about that? You think a backpack would do me good? Alright, so there we get some boards and stuff. There's the signs. Grass suit, log suit. Alright, so the backpack will require a bit more cut grass. So let's get ourselves a bit more cut grass. It's not showing up right here, unfortunately. No, it's a bummer. So I think you guys sort of have a general idea of what this game is about. Things do get a bit crazier as we go on, and I will continue to play for just a bit longer. I guess I'd like to show you some of that craziness, but essentially in terms of how the game works, you guys are seeing it. And in fact, what I can do here, let me show you this here. We're gonna equip the shovel now, and I will dig these things up, which allows me, I still am able to get the cut grass from it, but you also, I can now replant it. So I'm gonna dig these up here. Get a bunch of these. Here comes the rain, as I mentioned. All right. Pick up some berry bushes. So all this stuff now, I'm able to replant. I'm basically relocating it to get it all within my base of operations. Whoops. Oh, you know what? It looks like I'm full on the saplings there. Okay. Could just drop the manure. Okay, so I will go over here now. I would like to replant those things real quick. Back home, which is right over here. Eat some berries, delicious berries. We'll go ahead and replant these now. Ready? So setting up a home base. And this is actually a good opportunity for me to move this stuff over here. Okay, wonderful. All right, so we got some of those now. We can drop down some saplings, and I'd like to just have a separation in terms of the areas that these are at. Okay, so those are the saplings, and then also the grass. Whoops. So replanting all this stuff, getting it all nice and around your little home location, and you can build walls and stuff too. And build yourself just a nice home, a nice base, if you will. Okay. Let me try to see if I can quickly run down here. Where's the road? There it is. I'm gonna try to quickly run down here and get ourselves some rocks going. And for that, we will need the pickaxe. You know, there's that one rock there, but we saw a few down over here. There we go. And no, you cannot replant the rocks. That's a silly question, you guys. Come on. All right. Get ourselves a few rocks. We got one more up here, I believe. Finally allowing me to build a permanent fireplace. Yeah, I can't believe it took this long either. And as we head back home, grab one or two of these. One more. Where's my torch? Oh my gosh. Whew. That was almost really scary. Almost was spent another night without a torch. Okay, so we're gonna be wrapping up this video. I think by now you guys have a pretty good idea of what Don't Starve is all about. Let me just tell you again, things just get crazier and crazier as time goes on. You eventually are able to grow a beard on your character, and then you can use those beard trimmings for various things. And here we go. Finally able to build ourselves a nice permanent fire pit here. And we can throw some pine cones in there for a little bit of fuel. Get some increased light. There we go. And why don't we pick up this beefalo horn? Why don't we play it? I mean, why not? Okay, so as we go through day 5, I think I'll just do a little bit more exploring. And then we'll probably call it that. And I just did, as you saw, I just picked up a backpack. Which we can... replaces our log suit. But then you've got a backpack, so you can carry more. So as we go into this last day, I think I'm just gonna walk around and do some exploring. I'm not gonna focus so much on the basics of like what I would typically be trying to do, which is build up a home base and continue to tech up my science and get myself some nice items and things of that nature. Yeah, I'm not gonna focus on that because right now I just want to go out and show you guys some of sort of the craziness that can occur. And definitely going to want my spear for that, and I can at any point throw my log suit on if things start to get a little bit hairy. It'll just basically drop your backpack if you do that. See that right there? And then you can pick your backpack back up and then just put your log suit into your inventory. And yeah, let's do this here, guys. Let's go out and explore as we wrap up the video here in day 5. Alright, so where have I not gone? Well, I can take the road over here and we can just sort of go due north and see what happens. Now let me just quickly show you, this is how far the map zooms in. Look at how far the map zooms out. the world can get humongous. And since these are sort of, you know, procedurally generated random worlds, you're gonna just come across all sorts of randomness and craziness, and let's go explore some of that here. This is a death sentence. But I don't just want to show you the basics of gathering, because there's a lot more to this game than that. And I think if you probably check out a few videos on YouTube, maybe of some Let's Play series of people who got into further days, you know, things just really kind of start to get crazier and crazier after this point. You're going to have to deal with different sort of aggressive animals getting attacked by like wolves or dogs or something like that. And then there's just crazy monstrosities as well. There's also this group of nomadic pig people who you can befriend, or they can become your enemies, and there's sort of like a social interaction aspect of the game when it comes to that. And something I'm really happy to see that they've strayed away from. The last time that I played this game when it was in the beta, it was basically a whole bunch of small little islands that were separated. And now it's just this one sort of massive world. There's still a waterfront that you have to consider. But it's just this one massive world now. It's not a bunch of small separate islands that are just connected. They were literally like small circular islands that were just connected by one land bridge, and that was it. It's definitely a lot more expansive than that nowadays, the way that they're now designing it. Spiders are a thing. Gotta be careful. They hurt. Don't want to get attacked by spiders, that's for sure. That is for certain. Just do a little switcheroo there. And I'm just gonna follow the shoreline and try to walk into some craziness here as we wrap up this video. But let's go ahead and close it up with some final thoughts. So once again, this has been a look. This has been Force taking a look at Don't Starve, the wilderness survival exploration game that's been all over YouTube for a few months now. And it's for good reason. This is a pretty cool game. And it's got those similarities, like I mentioned, to a Minecraft or Terraria. You've got to try to survive, and you move around the world collecting various components to make things such as defenses and farms and scientific things. There's this whole magic system. You can make a meat effigy, which is a really important thing to do, and typically if I were to playing this game for the sake of surviving, basically what I have deemed important is get yourself a log suit early and a spear. And then once you have a log suit and a spear, you should probably focus on trying to get a meat effigy as fast as possible as well. The meat effigy is this resurrection system. And so once you die, you can go ahead and come back. And then beyond that, I don't know, just build up your home base and explore and have some fun. There's definitely a lot of fun to be had in this game. Alright, just for the sake of showing it to you, let's go ahead and hop into this wormhole. So you can jump into that. Woo! And then you come out the other side, and it says, oh yeah, it makes me feel alive. So you're gonna notice that just kind of popped me right out over here. And actually, that's really funny, that popped me right next to a quarry. This is a really important thing to get these boulders here and use those to get some gold and stuff. And here we go, we have got a grave site area, so we can grab our shovel and dig up some of that. Gives you knickknacks, gives you gems, gives you a gnome. Who doesn't want a gnome? Oh yeah, what is this? Ooh, dissected tentacle. There's some gold nuggets over here. That's exciting. What is this? What's gonna be in here? I'm gonna show you what happens if you don't. I gotta go left here because the things are really crazy up here. I'm gonna show you what happens as well while we finish this here when you don't have a light source at night. That's kind of scary. All right, so right over here on the other side, this is one of those sort of wild and zany areas that I mentioned. Just crazy monsters and things of that nature. And hopefully this water breaks sometime soon and is connected by some land so that I can walk over there and show that to you. For the love of God, please connect at some point. Oh my Lord. Oh, are you kidding me? Of course it connects on the other side. Why wouldn't it? Gosh darn it. Oh, well, there's some of that landmass over here. It's just a small patch, though. So that little sort of cheetah print purple landmass, that's where a lot of craziness occurs. And I just really want to show it to you. I don't want to have to wait for the last night. Oh, it's gonna be so close. I don't know if I'm gonna make it in time, guys. I don't know. I do not know. Yeah, I like the game. I think it is really cool. I think it's definitely worth taking a look at. There's a whole food combination system as well. There's a crock pot within this game. Allows you to combine various elements. I know that sort of is a thing that Minecraft has as well. But it's definitely much different than Minecraft, obviously. The sort of art style and direction that they're taking, and you're not building blocks. And please keep in mind, people might flip out when I say, oh, it's similar to Minecraft for this, that, and the other reason. What I'm referring to specifically... Pick up a metal potato thing, no thank you. What I'm referring to specifically is the gathering of resources, combining them to make things. It's that system is similar to Minecraft. Okay, so here, look at this little crazy area, spooky, huh? We've got giant tentacle things that come up out of the ground. Those things right there, they hit you because they don't like you. Spiky trees, you gotta be careful with those. Spiky bushes, oh, it's all sorts of scary. And then there are these scary people things that live in this area as well. Alright, so nighttime has fallen, and if you don't have a light source, things get really spooky. Really fast. Oh! What is it? What is that? I got hit by something spooky. Yeah, definitely important to have a light source, because you will be attacked by all sorts of things. Alright guys, thanks again. Once again, this has been Force checking out Don't Starve. Available now on Steam for $14.99. I suggest giving it a look. This is the worst situation possible. If you like the content, please subscribe. And as always, keep watching and keep owning. Ooh, fish. Delicious.